Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Limited Addiction Podcast. My name is Frankie.
My name's Daniel. We're here to talk to you about all things nerdy.
Oh, yeah.
And for our frequent listeners, avid listeners, fan base, cosplay, and what if we saw people, not that they know what we look like, what if we saw people dressed like us at Comic-Con? I'd take a picture with them.
Well, most dudes do dress like us. Beards, comic book shirt.
What if they're like, they purposely look like us, and then one has a Frankly Done Network shirt, and the other one has a Limited Addiction shirt available soon. That'd be pretty cool.
That would be. In time it'll happen. Maybe. Probably not.
But anyways, yes, avid listeners, you are expecting a Fantastic Four preview episode. Too bad. You'll have to wait. It's not going to happen. You know, whatever.
Yeah, you're getting a full-length episode.
Yeah, deal with it, punk.
It's better. Yeah, we kind of screwed up and recorded an episode in advance.
Yeah, it was my fault. I got the week that I was going to San Diego messed up. So, don't know how you do that, but I did it. So yeah, here we are. Another week, another episode. Speaking of Fantastic Four, kick us off since this came out after we recorded last week. They dropped a new trailer yesterday, I believe. It basically, in my opinion, it shows the whole scene of them going, like, you don't see the new dimension, but it's like up until the point that it disappears, you know?
Yeah.
So
I stopped seeing trailers since the first or second one. So.
But then you got some news on
yeah, I heard that there's a press embargo till the 5th, and that's not a good sign if the longer you wait to hold an embargo. Basically, the press, they get early screenings of things. They're not allowed to say anything about the movie till the 5th. And when does this come out?
It comes out officially August 7th, but as you all know, that really means August 6th because there'll be Thursday releases and stuff.
Ooh, that's not a good sign. It's either they have a stinker on their hands, or they do have something amazing, and there's a big kind of spoilery thing they don't want to be released.
Alright, I'm going to put you on the spot, play it both ways. What is the worst possible thing they could do?
Worst possible thing they could do, make Doom is... Oh, gosh. It's hard to...
What's the best possible thing they could do?
The worst thing they could do is make Johnny Storm black.
Oh! Ooh!
Just kidding.
Michael B. Jordan. He's calling you out.
No, that's not the worst thing. I'm just kidding.
He's going to punch you anyways.
He will.
He's been at that Creed training.
He's going to punch me hard. The best thing they could do is have the Avengers show up. Like, just kidding. This isn't the same universe. Fool you.
Hey, remember how Spider-Man was now part of the Marvel Universe? So are we. That's why there's not an X-Men preview.
The worst thing they could do is definitively say, this is our own universe somehow.
This never happened.
This was all a dream. We see Reed Richards wake up, and none of it's real. Like, oh.
I'm going to go with the worst thing is all this trailer and stuff we see of them as young kids. First half hour, then we flash forward, and they show the exact same movie that came out like 5 years ago.
And
frame for frame.
If I can, I'm gonna try and get a hold of the first two movies and rewatch them because I've only seen them. You've got them.
Yeah. DVD though. Sorry.
Yeah. Not the worst thing.
Laserdisc.
Laserdisc.
Best thing. What's your best thing?
Best thing, honestly, is that it's somehow connected with the Marvel universe, which is next to impossible. Yeah. Okay, the second best thing is and this is somewhat rumored, I heard, that it's connected to the X-Men universe. That's the second best.
Yeah, I've heard that this doesn't lay the ground. Well, it doesn't lay the groundwork, but it doesn't close the door either.
That's what I'm saying is the worst, is if the door closes.
More to come.
So, yeah, so what you're saying is that there's a possibility, but we're not going to see Wolverine show up.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking two different generations, even decades.
Yeah, and
so it'd be hard to just jump in unless Fantastic Four is going to end up taking place in like the early 90s or something, then they're not too far off.
But even still, there's from what we've seen of First Class and then Days of Future Past, there's people know about mutants at whatever point
That's
the Fantastic
true, yeah.
Four movie would be going. So
But yeah,
you kind of
it
have
could be
this.
that they first see these people and like, oh, are they mutants?
Yeah,
No, they're
No,
not. They're
no.
intergalactic travelers.
Interdimensional. It seems like in this movie.
Yeah.
I don't know yet.
That's true. I'm gonna go with Galactus.
Galactus. That's the best thing that could happen.
That's like they don't have an end credit scene, like post credit scene, I guess is what they call it these days, or mid credit. But last scene is Galactus, and they're like, oh, just we gotta stop him.
Oh, well,
It's called the X-Men. I'm like, who? Scene.
I don't know.
Wakanda.
It could just be a stinker. There's a lot of rumors while this was being filmed that Josh Trank was not a great director, and this movie's being saved in post.
I heard he was terrible to his mother. She came to visit him on the set and threw her out. So no one can watch my work. It's a direct quote.
His dad won an Oscar for a World War II documentary. I learned too much on that podcast.
Yeah, apparently. Speaking of podcasts, let's talk about Spider-Man.
Flip.
Holiday sauce. Obviously, we've celebrated Fiesta for our Southern fans. That he got it.
Yeah.
That's one of the early episodes. Frankie called it holiday sauce.
One of the British kid. I got it.
Sorry, Butterfield. I'm gonna laugh if holiday sauce ends up not being the British kid. Pretty sure he is.
Yeah.
British one. Butterfield, though, still my best friend. That's not true. Michael B. Jordan is. But yeah, so we're off to a great start. A rumored cast list was released. I'm doing air quotes, if you didn't get it from my voice. Essentially, it was a piece of paper with names typed on it and a picture very poorly taken of it.
Yeah.
So, by all means, take this as you will.
There's only two names that it has, quote, confirmed, and the other ones, it either says
in talks or
final conference. Yeah, or this just who they've dreamcasted. We'll list the names of people. We'll say some of them, but
I don't have the whole list. I stuck with kind of the bigger players.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so the Vulture, which I think that is one of the villains we called.
Yeah, it's not too hard to call them though at a certain point because.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, they're kind of out of villains.
If they're related to an animal, they're probably in this movie. That's going to be Billy Zane.
Yeah, the Phantom.
Phantom. He's featured in several other movies, including the Back to the Future.
He's one of the
people.
Biff's henchmen guys.
Yeah. Psych fans will recognize the name, as Frankie reminded me earlier.
I love Psych. He was a big kind of running gag, and then he was in the final episode.
Yeah. I liked him as the Vulture.
Yeah.
He's bald.
No, I wonder if that's why they picked him. Like, hey,
this one throws me. I'll have to see it to believe it, but the Scorpion, that's not the part. But Jason Biggs.
American Pie,
Orange is the New Black, some other stuff.
So you're going to have a slightly neurotic kind of guy being...
Yeah, I don't know much about Scorpion.
Mac McCartney? Or...
When I first saw this list, I was like, that seems off. Maybe I'm thinking of the wrong person.
He's just...
Then when I saw the picture with the name, I'm like, I could put him in a Scorpion costume.
Yeah. You put anybody in there.
You could do like a Ukrainian accent. Give him some character.
He's typically not Ukrainian. He's just a regular...
This is a whole new universe.
Regular thug. Yeah, but in the Ultimates universe, he was like this Hispanic type, big tough guy.
This is Marvel. Your universe.
Well, that was earlier in the Ultimate Universe. He was a clone of Peter Parker.
That's not good.
And then Miles Morales era. Then you have some Hispanic drug lord known as the Scorpion, and he's got it tattooed on his neck. So,
I actually have seen that guy before.
Have you?
Yeah, he lives downtown.
Oh,
5th and 7th.
I am the Scorpion. The Lord.
Just sits there on the corner saying that.
I am the Scorpion. But I don't know. He's usually just your stereotypical thuggy type guy.
Yeah, which Jason Biggs is not.
Yeah, that's the thing. He eventually becomes Venom, so that's cool.
Yeah, and then Tony Stark, obviously played by Robert Downing. which is interesting because, his contract has been a big thing in the news since we started this podcast. And it seems like he's just throwing himself into cameos over and over
that's
again.
all this could really be, is just him in there slightly, a cameo, maybe a little montage of him fighting.
I have a theory. I got to break some other news after this list, and we'll jump back to him. That fits into just as a cameo. MJ, it's going to be Rachel G. Fox. Not a lot of filmography for her. Looks like she hasn't done much since 2012, which was Zootopia, I believe.
Zootopia. What is that movie about?
I'm guessing Jewish people, but
yeah, I didn't see the
I'm
spelling.
judging the movie by its title.
So,
Spork was the other movie I can recall off the top of my head. And there was one other thing she was, but we kind of talked about if they'll address Gwen Stacy at all.
Yeah, so
just kind of do what the first set did.
If she's acknowledged it all. I have a theory. Well, I have an idea where the movie could go, but I would like to see him as being Spider-Man established already, like as a year, just like we talked about before, like the Ultimate cartoon. Like, I've been Spider-Man for a year.
Which sounds like that's what they're going for.
That's probably the coolest idea. And then if they want to acknowledge that he did have a first love interest, Gwen Stacy, and she died. Like, a lot of people died on my watch.
Yeah.
Uncle Ben, Gwen.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool if MJ is trying to get on his web and
get on his web sounds like it could be dirty.
It was meant.
Okay.
It was meant that way. But then he's like, "Hey, I'm not ready."
Not ready for this.
Peter, Gwen was 3 years ago.
The kid's supposed to be a young teenager.
Gwen was 2 months ago. Get over it. Spider-Man's a menace. Listen to J.J. Jonah.
And J.J. Jonah, they're casting
Hugh Lowry.
House.
Mr. House, for those who don't recognize the name. Well, you said it earlier, you never pictured him, but then once you put it together.
Oh, yeah, we could do it.
Yeah, it wouldn't be bad. I'm still holding out that they'll get the original.
What's his name? Every time. Because I was trying to talk about the Terminator, he was in it.
Terminator is a different movie.
No, Terminator Genesis, he was in it.
As JJJ?
No, as Oscar-winning from his Whiplash performance name. Can't come up with it.
Whiplash from Iron Man?
No, Whiplash in the drumming movie. Yeah, but so he said he would come back if they asked him.
Yeah, which I know he was at least rumored to have a meeting. So maybe there's still hope for him.
What's his name? Who are all these people?
Is he in the first one?
Yeah, he's right there.
J.K. Simmons.
J.K. Simmons, that's it.
Which I guess he does look kind of different than he did in 2002. So.
Well, they always had a prosthetic, flat top and mustache. No?
That was real.
It was real.
He got several surgeries for it. The other one I wrote down was Harry Osborn, which makes me believe that this is going to be after the Green Goblin, so we won't be seeing him.
I'm sorry about my dad. He's bad.
Yeah, MJ will be like, "Come on, Peter, get over Gwen. It's been 2 months." It's like, "Yeah, my dad died last week, and I'm fine with it." Like, your dad killed Gwen.
Like, just wait till I find that Spider-Man now.
Yeah, but that is the other Brit, Timothy Chalamet. Not quite sure how to say your name, boy. I don't know. I didn't look up any movies he was in, but name sounds familiar because he was considered rumored for Spider-Man. So good on him for at least getting a role.
Yeah.
He at least didn't Butterfield out.
Didn't Butterfield out.
He didn't Butterfinger it up. But yeah, there's some other casts out there. Flash was the girl from iCarly is playing somebody.
Betty Brant,
yeah.
Miranda Cosgrove.
A lot of same initial names were announced, supposedly. The other thing that doesn't have any backing to it at all is it's rumored in the movie Civil War, starring Captain America, which, side note, I wasn't even going to bring it up, but it's done in pretty nicely.
What?
Except when I explain this, it doesn't.
Okay.
Hawkeye, pictures on set, had a cap that said Team Captain America.
What?
So.
You think that's in the movie or just kind of the...
Oh, no, it was like he was just hanging out. The actor, I don't know their real names. Once they fall into a role, they become that character.
As soon as you said that, his name went away from my brain.
Raymond Ronald.
Nope.
Remy.
Not even yeah, Renner.
Yep.
Renner.
Hawkeye. Jefferson. Yeah. So Spider-Man, no surprise, first appearance is going to be in Civil War. It's rumored that it's going to be a very street level. So like a ski mask, goggles, and a hoodie with a spider painted on it.
Kind of lameish, but
yeah. Apparently somebody like just made a picture of Spider-Man. And somebody involved with it supposedly found that picture and was like, "This is kind of what we had in mind, anyways. This isn't it." So that'll give you an idea of what's supposedly coming. Which circles back to Tony Stark. I think the cameo is going to be him, and like, "Hey kid, here's the real suit," and then gives him the traditional Spider-Man suit that we see, or could be at the very end, and the sequel is going to be Iron Spider.
Yeah, and too, like, what's the outcome of the Civil War movie? That Tony Stark's still kicking around or on good terms. So does that mean that the Civil War movie resolves itself or ends with big stakes?
We got a lot of movies between Civil War and Spider-Man, though.
Do we really?
Doctor Strange.
Is it? I thought we had like 2.
Doctor Strange. And
Thor, probably?
No, not Thor. It was thrown way back.
I thought it was thrown a couple months. I don't. Oh, yeah, it moved because of Spider-Man.
Guardians, maybe? Is that the other one?
We don't have that much time.
That's 2 movies that aren't connected at all.
Yeah.
Doctor Strange might be, I guess. Speaking of Doctor Strange, Rachel McAdams.
Never
been a big fan of her. Actually, I might be. I don't really know who she is.
She's in Mean Girls.
Mean Girls, got it.
She's in a movie that all the girls like, other than Mean Girls. The one.
Love Actually.
No.
Hairdressers.
No.
Hairspray.
It's
Pretty in Pink.
It's a sad one.
Say Anything.
No. 2.
Must Love Dogs.
Nope.
Everything Dies.
The more you talk, the more it goes away from my brain.
Things Fall Apart.
It's a Nicholas Sparks movie.
The Notebook.
Yep.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, I guess I am a fan.
Convinced
I'm a fan of her now, though, because it is rumored that she is going to be playing my favorite character, Night Nurse.
Yeah, Night Nurse.
Doctor Strange. And comes out November 4th, 2016.
Yeah, the reason why the Daredevil show couldn't use her is because it came down like, hey, we got plans for her.
Yeah, so one way or another, we're going to see her in the Doctor Strange movie.
Get your Night Nurse.
Awesome. And then we'll get a Night Nurse spinoff.
Nope.
Yep, straight to DVD.
I wish they would bring.
I'm not even going to put it on Blu-ray.
You know what I wish they'd bring back? Marvel one-shots. When was the last time we had a one-shot? The Avengers movie, I think, was it. No, we had one at the end of Thor.
What are you talking about?
I think Marvel one-shots, whenever the Blu-ray would come out, there'd be a short film, 10 minutes maybe. That's where your Night Nurse thing could come.
I don't think I've ever seen any of those.
They're always in the... You own the DVD or Blu-rays.
I don't know all of them.
They're always like a short movie. One of them followed Phil Coulson around. It kind of tied the Hulk movie into Iron Man 2. It showed him discovering the hammer. He stops to get food or something at a gas station, and these guys are robbing it. And it shows Phil Coulson being awesome. Go watch your DVDs.
I'll look these up.
In the Avengers one, there's this couple.
In the Avengers.
There's this couple that finds a Chitauri gun, and they start robbing banks with it.
Sound pretty good.
Yeah, but they stopped doing them at Winter Soldier, I think.
Let's write a petition. Get them back. Other Marvel movie news is your boy, Channing Tatum.
That's not my boy.
Yeah, everyone thinks it is now. Everyone knows you saw Magic Mike on the opening night both times.
No.
That's true.
My girlfriend saw it.
Tickets.
Yeah, it was sold out. I was the only guy.
I saw it. First one's okay. First one's actually not a bad movie. If you like dance movies and don't mind half-naked men.
Well, that's why I'm mad. There's not fully naked men.
Second movie was just terrible. I'm sorry for everyone involved. But yeah.
What kind of movie about male strippers did not show dong?
Anyways, he is rumored to be leaving Gambit, which comes as a shock to a lot of people. Celebration to some others. But he's been talking about this role before it's even confirmed.
He went to Comic-Con. He was there with his Gambit shirt.
Yeah.
So something big must happen with the script, or...
Yeah, that, or he got a better offer that's going to interfere with or it's just all rumors and hype.
If you're an actor these days, a superhero movie is as big as you're gonna get, other than maybe Oscar fodder. Like, but you're gonna take a hit pay wise. If you want to make money, you got to get into a Marvel movie. So,
Yep.
or a superhero movie.
And I mean, as the lead role too, and you're not sharing with 6 other people.
So, either a franchise came along that Star Wars maybe, or actual Marvel Studios part.
Yeah.
Or really, there's just something wrong in the script. He's like, nope, I'm not doing it.
Or maybe Fox and Marvel are actually going to be working together, and Mr. Kevin, President
Kevin Feige.
Yeah,
Feige. Feige. I think it's Feige.
Hates Tanning.
Hate that guy.
He's just like, all right, we'll do this deal. We'll give you the same Spider-Man deal, but he's out. Like, well, we already promised it. Nope.
You know,
you want this Marvel money? Oh, see you later. We'll just make money off of you.
Maybe he's gonna actually do the Ghostbusters movie. That was a rumor for a while.
Yeah, but I thought Thor was doing it now.
He's playing the male receptionist. There was actually going to be in the same universe a male casted Ghostbusters movie with Channing Tatum and I think Chris Pratt.
Oh, okay, so like the sequel sidecar.
Yeah.
It's all that sounds
rumors
terrible.
So, but that filming was supposed to start fairly soon for Gambit.
Yeah, I mean we're looking at October 7th, 16.
So they got to finalize that or get a Taylor Kitsch, was that his name? The Gambit in the first one.
Yeah.
Give that guy a shot again.
I mean, yeah, maybe new script, new actions, who knows? But yeah. Speaking of Iron Man.
Okay. I guess we can talk about Iron Man.
Yeah, I'm done with Channing Tatum, Gambit. No, I don't know. Keep watching the news. Let us know if you hear something else that Frankly done on the Twitter. Let us know if you get it before we do. This is a network.
It is
friendship. We can work together. But no, Iron Man. From the all different series that's getting ready to start in the next couple months. Apparently, it has been so popular with the pre-orders that Marvel's considering giving Iron Man a second book, which is going to be first time in a long time that I can think of.
I don't know if he's ever had 2 books.
I mean, yeah, same universe at least.
What I think it should be a buddy cop book with him and Rhodes, just him and War Machine, just doing cool stuff together.
Yeah,
that's my idea.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not the biggest Iron Man fan, so it has a hard time being like, what 2 books could you do with Iron Man, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, the only other thing I can be like, which who knows if Brian Michael Bendis would even want to do the second book, but they could do bi-monthly instead of monthly, you know, since it's so popular. But yeah, good for Mr. Bendis and Iron Man, though. The other Marvel comic that was announced this week was an ongoing Hercules story.
You a fan of the Hercules?
Yes and no. He's done some very interesting things with the X-Men. Pops in every now and then.
Has he?
I mean, it's been a while.
I couldn't remember the status of him.
I've seen Hercules, yeah. See, I know during Extreme X-Men, they were jumping through different dimensions and stuff. And they met a Hercules. And I'm not 100% if it was 616 or a different one. But him and a gay version of James Howlett fell in love. And Hercules dies. And the series ended with that James Howlett was going into Hades' realm to get him back. So that's how Greek mythology works. You just have to go get the spirit.
It's like, hey, I'm not done with this guy.
Yeah. But yeah, I read a little bit of the synopsis. It sounds like it's going to be like he lost himself, and so now it's going to be him working to be the hero he once was. So I'm going to give it a try. See what happens.
I read the Mighty Avengers book back in the post-Civil War days.
Back in the day.
I can't even... It wasn't a very good book, so I can't remember what happened. He was hanging with Amadeus Cho and stuff. But I couldn't remember if he died in siege or something. That's how important that book was to me. It got really weird.
Yeah, I wish I could tell you more about him, but I've got his action figure.
Yeah, I don't anymore. I did.
There's that. Yeah, so DC side, a little bit.
I think some more pictures were revealed.
Yeah, pictures from a couple different movies revealed. Nothing too exciting for me.
Yeah.
It's all getting like, especially when it's so far away. I mean, we're looking March of 16.
I might say something controversial right now.
Well, you already said the worst thing I could do is make Human Torch black. So
I was pandering. But I don't know when it's not lit or anything, and Ben Affleck's in the back costume. Like they showed some candids behind the scenes, like he's being directed by Zack Snyder. Like, he doesn't look so good in that suit. He looks kind of like bulky and weird.
Fat?
Yeah, kind of.
Maybe it was Kevin Smith filming in that day.
Kevin Smith wishes. Kevin Smith's lost a lot of weight.
Has he? Mm-hmm. Did he fly on planes then?
He's been flying on planes. Yeah, he's lost a lot of weight now. But I mean, when the movie's going and you got the lights and stuff, it's probably. But some of the photos they saw, I'm like, that suit doesn't look that good.
Yeah.
But it's not. I'm still going to be the first person in line to buy a ticket. But
no, you won't.
Yeah,
you'll be working.
Yeah,
you'll probably buy it online, so there's not really a line.
There's no line. I'm going to see it the first weekend, unless I'm sick or something.
Yeah, that's probably true. I'll give you that one. DC TV though. Well, we already talked about the movie. Jenna Malone. Malone.
Yeah.
She's rumored to be playing Barbara Gordon.
Is she now?
In Batman vs Superman.
She was spotted on set like months ago, and they thought she was going to be the Carrie Kelly Robin, right? The same person?
I guess.
Yeah, I think that is. She's from Hunger Games.
Yeah, same person. Yeah, so that's the new rumor. She's going to be Barbara Gordon. There wasn't any rumors
that'd be cool.
She's playing Batgirl in this movie.
Well, I mean, she could be post-killing joke. Yeah. She could be Oracle in a wheel. We see it in a wheelchair and stuff. Oh my goodness! I hope. Not that I've ever wanted to see somebody in a wheelchair, but like if she's in there, I'm like, yes, this world is huge.
I mean, or you got the Batman coming up, so you can have the whole Bat family.
I want the Batman movie. I want Ben Affleck, but I want half of it like the current story, but then big chunks of it flashbacks.
Death of the Family would be a cool movie.
Death of the Family or Killing Joke. Killing Joke in Flash to when Barbara gets shot. Oh, they could do so much. This is a good time.
Yeah, so it's just rumored. But I mean, if she's already been rumored, another character might just be people grasping at straws.
Well, I like her better as Barbara Gordon than the Carrie Kelly thing. Carrie Kelly is an alternate. In The Dark Knight Returns, she's the Robin.
Speaking of Dark Knight Returns, Girl Meets World featured that on a recent episode.
Didn't you talk about this?
I know we talked about it. I don't know if we talked about it in the cast.
That's weird because it's a Disney-owned company. I mean, Disney-owned property.
DC TV, though, Arrow, it's a show based on a comic book called The Green Arrow.
Some would say.
Some would say. Loosely based. We recently announced that he's actually going to pick up the mantle of Green Arrow instead of just Arrow, which I'm like, is that really a stretch there?
You gonna add a word?
This is a hard thing we're doing here. They were already calling him the Green One. So.
That green guy?
Yeah, so I don't know why they're making such a big deal about it, but with that comes the famous goatee that the character always has. And Steven, he tweeted that it is never going to happen ever. So that he must have got some heat because then he did some explanation. Apparently he tried it in season 2, and in his words, he looked like an ex-con trying to fit into the city. So doubt it'll ever happen. He did promise if the show makes it to 6 seasons, he'll show up in a perfect Green Arrow costume with goatee. So
with the tights and not the hood, with the pointy Robin Hood hat.
Yep, that's the one. He also said he'd be told immediately to shave and change. So we'll probably never see it. Maybe at a Comic-Con or something. But
never say never.
Always say never. Justin Bieber. That's a great movie that I still need to watch.
They'll find a clever way, just like that one time. You've already seen the episode where they put a boxing glove in an arrow and he shoots it. It happens really fast.
What's clever about that?
Just like you never thought that would happen. It's so jokey and comic booky, they would never do a real life version of it. But it happened organically. He was fighting a dude in a gym.
Oh, okay.
So
I see what. So like he shot a boxing glove.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
I was thinking like he shot a boxing glove with an arrow, and like that was it. I was like, all right, what's so funny about that? Yeah.
He'll be shaving. He'll have
That's
a
what
beard.
I was just gonna
He's
say.
like,
Yeah.
oh no, and then
There'll be
cry.
like a scene where he's like shaving. He'll be in a goatee. Like off a little bit. No. You can finish shaving. That'd be pretty funny, actually.
That would be
Copyright that.
montage.
Lawyers get a hold of that copyright. The only other semi news important for this podcast is going to be Nosferatu. Apparently got the green light to do a remake. Still in the very early stages, no release date for that. If you don't know what Nosferatu is, it is the original Dracula movie.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Silent movie. They tried to do a Dracula movie and it didn't really work last year.
oh yeah, that was Vlad or something, right? What was it called, Dracula?
I think it was called Dracula Untold, but
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, I wanted to see that. Never did.
me
though.
too. I want to see it as
So,
well.
I guess that's the problem.
They wanted to set that movie up that it's going to be like a teen and love, a Frankenstein movie and Black Widow
I would
movie.
love to.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. See, we should have
Make
been
this happen. Why weren't we friends with this?
because we didn't buy tickets. They're like, oh, no one's gonna.
We did not support it at all. But no, I know a couple years ago they did. The name's escaping me, but it was a remake of Nosferatu, but it was like a movie about filming Nosferatu. It's actually pretty interesting. I wish I could remember the name right now though, but if you search Nosferatu, you'll find it. But it's
My favorite Nosferatu thing is in SpongeBob. Whoever turned their lights were going off and on, they're like Nosferatu, and then they show to him. He's like acting all coy.
It's very funny.
That's my only good memory.
Yeah, this movie, it was like a movie about filming the movie, and the premise was that the actor playing Nosferatu was actually a vampire.
Mm.
So it's
That
actually pretty
sounds.
interesting.
Does it? Because that sounds terrible when you explain it.
Well, that's what I'm best at. But you know who's good at explaining movies?
Who?
Ben at The Real.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That guy.
The Real Movies blog. .blogspot.com. It's where if you've ever been to our homepage, franklydone.com, it's where we get all our movie reviews from. He's currently got Terminator Genesis, which we talked about on the show, Ant-Man, up. And then more recently, he's got Southpaw.
I wanted to see that. I should have saw it. Did you see
Holmes. I did not yet. Going to. Don't know when though. Holmes, the new Mr. Holmes movie with Ian McKellen. He said it's pretty good.
Huh.
So looking forward to that. Trainwreck and Vacation are all up.
Speaking of Vacation, those writers are writing the Spider-Man movie.
That's what I thought I read.
Yeah.
Good on them.
Get some money. Make that money. Make that money.
I'm just giving over the review for Vacation because I was curious.
I heard it was very good.
Jurassic World's in italics. That's why I come on. It's like the young actors who plays Rusty's sons are serviceable. They aren't quite as annoying as the boys in Jurassic World, but they're pretty close.
Serviceable is always great.
Yeah, looks like he's given it a C-. But, ouch. Pros, Applegate shines, sorority house scene, great cameos, some fresh jokes. Cons, cheap, mean-spirited sense of humor overall. Ed Helms, and no heart equals weak payoff. So it sounds like it's going to be the same kind of reaction from the sequel of Christmas Story.
Christmas Story sequel?
Christmas Story 2.
I didn't watch that one.
I don't know if it's finished yet. I talked with the young boy from the original a few years back at Cincinnati Comic Expo.
Isn't he a man now?
He is a man now, but he was a young boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cincinnati Comic Expo this year. It's September 18th through the 20th.
Oh, okay.
Maybe we'll be there. Wink.
You see who's going to be there? They dropped the news that...
Oh, yeah, I guess I should have written that down for all our Cincinnati fans.
Yeah.
Who's it? Who is it?
Adam West and
Ward.
Burt Ward.
Burt Ward. Yeah.
Batman and Robin.
We're having retro Batman and modern Batman meet.
I need that. I need to get that Blu-ray set to have him sign it.
That would be cool, yeah. I mean, that's going to be fine there, but...
That's true, and it'll cost money. Screw that noise.
That's who we need to get to... Hi, Adam West. You're listening to the Frankly Done. Yeah. That's probably a decent... We don't need him. We'll just do it ourselves.
I can't do it. Yeah. An Adam West impression.
I would need refresher, but I'm going off of like hearing him in Family Guy and stuff.
His mannerisms are really crazy.
Ooh. Yeah.
That's our impression.
Yeah, this con getting better and better. Looking forward to it.
Last year had Doctor Who.
It's true.
I mean,
The fourth?
The
eighth one?
The one that was only in a made-for-TV movie.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
So he was there.
He was there. That's true. Something else came out this week.
Heck, I know.
I don't remember what it's called. Something about gods, monsters.
Oh yeah, that movie I made you watch.
Yeah. What was that called? Justice League?
Justice League Gods and Monsters.
Yeah.
So I pre-ordered it and I forgot it. I forgot I pre-ordered it. Then all of a sudden it showed up. Oh yeah.
Natural.
Another thing happened that was funny. That order is I pre-ordered a gift from my girlfriend, the Quentin Tarantino box set. So
yeah.
The Gods and Monsters came in an envelope along with the wrestler movie. I wanted to watch that again.
Like, that's what it's called?
No, the movie's just called The Wrestler with Mickey Rourke. Yeah,
that's what I thought you were talking about.
So I'm like, oh, cool. And then the smaller box, I'm like, oh, that must be her gift. And Amazon said it was. I looked at it and I'm like, oh, sweet. Open this up. I'm like, this is your final gift that you're supposed to get last week. But
it was Gods and Monsters?
No, it was a baseball.
Why did you get a baseball?
I didn't. They messed it up completely.
Just like a normal baseball or something?
Normal baseball. No design.
Just a baseball.
Just a baseball wrapped in plastic.
That's awesome.
So I called and they were pretty cool about it. And she was an Indian woman, so I'm not like making fun of Indian people, but she's like, hopefully she has a sense of humor. And at first she wanted me to return the baseball. She's like, well, I will send you a return package. I'm like, really? Want me to return the baseball? She's like, actually, you're right. You can donate or sell. I'm like, yes. Okay, but back to...
Yeah. Well, I was talking about Amazon. Yeah, I got to call out a seller on Amazon. It's Must Sell. CELL.
Oh, that's the name of him.
I bought my wife a birthday.
Wait, you're married?
Yep.
Okay.
And or Christmas present. I haven't decided. Or I might just give it to her and be like, this counts towards something later. So when I mess up, this is what it's for. I can't. She listens, so I can't say what it is. But it came broken.
Oh no!
And it was through the marketplace. So I thought the guy was like, "Oh well, it wasn't broken when I sent it to you. Sorry, buddy." That's happened to me before.
Sorry.
But he was like, "Oh man, that sucks. I don't want to sell broken stuff. I got a reputation to keep. Here's a full refund. Don't bother sending it back to me if it's really broken." So
wow.
Like, well, I don't send it back to you, man. It's cool. But I assume he just didn't want to have to pay for shipping to send it back.
Yeah.
It's broken, but yeah.
So you got the money back, or are you going to buy another one? Or?
Yeah, I got the money back, and then I just bought one through Amazon instead, so I didn't have to worry about it being broken again. But hopefully I can get this one fixed and then sell it. Or maybe I'll just sell it broken in a couple months.
Is it something I want?
Probably not. I don't think you could even use it. But yeah, so
I'll fix it.
This is going to make a lot of noise.
And I can't. This is the most boring thing because we can't say what it is. I don't know what it is. It's still wrapped in plastic. Oh, okay. Yeah, I couldn't use that.
Yeah, I didn't think you could.
Nope.
It's funny because I can't even say what's wrong with it.
That was the most boring time ever if you're listening. And it keeps going.
Oh my god, a dragon! Ah! It's Loki from the X-Men. That just messed up our sound again too.
But so
the movie.
We deal with Amazon a lot, so we have stories. But the movie, so yeah, I got it. I'm like, hey, dang, I'm gonna watch this movie tonight. You want to watch it too, so we can talk about it? So I sent him the code. One of these days, I'm gonna actually use the download codes. But when you buy a Blu-ray and then you realize it's been past the expiration, like, oh.
That's one of the most annoying things for me, and I'm most excited for it, and it's expired. I'm like, God, worthless piece of junk. Did that with Inception. I already had it on DVD, and I bought it on Blu-ray again because it had a digital code. So I was like, oh well, if I'm ever gonna watch Inception again, it's gonna be on a plane or something. And the code was expired by 3 years. I was so mad.
That happened with our Jurassic Park things.
Yep, It's true.
But yeah, so I sent it to him, and then we both watched it. I watched it last night.
I watched it this afternoon.
I figured it was a good jumping point because he doesn't like DC at all. But this is an Elseworld story, so you don't need to know a whole lot of background.
I'm warming up to DC a little bit, Monster Manhunter, watching the Arrow.
But the premise of the movie is it's an Elseworld story where the Trinity, the major, completely different than what we know. Superman is actually General Zod's son,
Yep.
Same mother, but something happened at the very beginning, but different. Not Clark Kent that we know. Lands a completely different place.
Yep.
Batman is a vampire.
So, I'm going to intervene right here, watching this movie, and, there's some parts I'm like, I have no idea what's going on anymore.
Yeah.
But that Batman vampire, I was like, I would read this Batman's comic. And so I looked it up and found out who he is in the real world. Man-Bat.
Yeah.
Guess that's not a spoiler. But I really hope they put a comic out with that.
I think they might. I think the reviews have been pretty good for it. I
don't want the Trinity. I just want Batman.
You just want the Batman.
I'd probably read it.
He was a very interesting character. And then Wonder Woman was not an Amazonian. She was actually, if it's a spoiler, I'm sorry, but she's a new god from convoluted.
Yeah.
DC. I am a surface level DC person. Like I like Batman, I like Justice League, but I've never Green Lantern. I never dived deep past that. The New Gods, the whole world. I'm like, that sounds not fun. But it's created by Jack Kirby. Yeah. So, but this is not your dad's Justice League. These guys straight away.
Not even your mom's. Probably not even your older brothers.
They're ruthless. They're not evil, but they get the job done.
Oh yeah, this movie for a cartoon was so bloody.
Yeah,
like
a lot of blood.
It took me by surprise. Some of the things that were said and done in this movie.
What's even more? It takes you. I'm more used to it. I've watched a lot of the DC animated movies, and as a whole, they're all pretty good. There's some stinkers, but they're usually more adult driven. There's some blood cussing, but this one is the same art style that Bruce Timm from the Batman animated series, the Justice League. Yeah. Same art style. So growing up, you're used to it being a PG kind of world, and then you see this, like, oh.
Side note: every time they went full on Superman's face, he looked high. All give out. Like that's all I could think of. And Lex Luthor's lips are crazy. Like apocalypse lips going on there.
But overall, what'd you think?
It wasn't a bad movie.
I liked it.
It's standalone, which is always nice. Anyone can pick it up, not have to worry about stuff. Like I said, there were some parts that I was like, really know what's going on, but I was working on the other stuff for this podcast too while I was watching it, so that might be part of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love that Batman. I mean, I would read that Batman.
I wanted to know more, just specifically about his universe. I'm like, okay, so where's Bruce Wayne? Is he fine? His parents didn't die, and he's just like a happy rich kid. That's probably what happened. Yeah.
Wayne Industries probably what gave him cancer.
Probably.
Stupid jerk.
Yeah.
Somebody shouldn't shoot him.
Well,
and there was like a one-liner about Batman or Superman just like finding them on the street and like taking them with him.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, why'd you do that? He's like, oh, you were hungry. Like, where's that story?
There's a lot of stories. My least favorite character was Wonder Woman, I guess, in it.
Yeah.
Her story.
She didn't do much.
Yeah.
She got married once.
Yeah, she gets married to, what's his name, Orion? I see how terrible with DC stuff.
People think she's dating Superman.
Yeah.
She gets mad about it.
It was just a coup plot for the New Gods to take over Darkseid and the whole apocalypse. Different than your apocalypse you were referencing.
Nope.
But it's a good watch.
Yeah, pick it up. You got the extra money, extra time.
You can probably get it in Redbox in a month or so for cheap.
True. Netflix
will have it eventually, most likely. But I liked it. My favorite DC animated movie so far. It has to. I would say the Flashpoint Paradox. I like that one a lot. And Red Hood was good. There are a lot of good ones. That's where DC's beating Marvel. Their animated movies are so much better than them.
That's true.
There's the World War Hulk I've seen. The Hulk versus ones.
There's a Ultimates. Astonishing X-Men cartoon.
Oh, the
not
animated.
Too long ago. And I was so pumped for it, and it was literally like they just cut up the comic book and put voices over it. It was the biggest letdown.
Moving graphic novel kind of thing.
Yeah, that's what it was. That's what those things are called.
Yeah, I'm like, they did that for the Watchmen too. I got all excited and I bought it. I'm like, yes, this is kind of not cool.
Speaking of the Watchmen,
what about
our comic shop has something behind the counter that was Watchmen, and it's escaping me at this point.
Dude, I love the Watchmen. Tell me what it is.
I remember. I feel like it was like all of them.
Oh, collected?
Like individual, but all of them.
My bass player Eric, he bought that like super cheap. He got I
Something
think
like that.
we were at a con or he found it loose at half price for $8. He got all of them. Not in pristine condition, but still.
It was at that Indiana hotel room con.
Yeah, he got them all that.
Went to.
He did not spend that much money. I'm like, that's a great find.
That was for this con looked like a yard sale of nerds. But yeah, I mean, I got a ton of early, like under 20 issues of X-Men for dirt cheap.
I bought my first Marvel Legend.
Everyone in the band got Spider-Man meets Obama of some variation.
I still need to get the first printing of that.
Booth next to us gave us a bunch of free long boxes and short boxes.
Yeah. We made friends with the booth next to us. We saw them at cons later. That was, what do you call those? They're in a hotel lobby. Not lobby, but like hotel conference room.
I mean, this guy...
Just a long box.
It was like, they called them cons, yeah, but this guy apparently just put them on once a month or something.
I mean,
we could afford it, so it must not have been that expensive.
If you're like us and you like cons because you actually want to get stuff.
Yeah, if you want to shop at cons, look for something like this.
If you want to go there because you want to see people dressed up in nerdy costumes,
don't go to this.
There was a few. There was a few. But yeah, that was a random con. We need to find more random cons like that.
It's true. Let's have one tomorrow.
Yeah. I don't know where we were going, where we last left off.
We were talking about the movie, and then I don't know. Somehow it made me think of. We're talking about how crappy that X-Men shit. I didn't talk about the Watchmen. But yeah.
Oh yeah.
Marvel doesn't do great on the animated movies.
No, they don't. There's been 2 lately that I haven't watched at all. The Punisher and Black Widow type one. Oh, it looks terrible.
Speaking of Black Widow, I didn't write this down because I didn't think we'd have a reason to bring it up, but pictures of her new toy came out by
Hot Toys?
No, but it looked weird. It was like similar to Hot Toys, but like it's almost like those Bushido statues, but it was an action figure. It looked pretty cool. I've never heard of the company. I meant to look it up, see what else they've done. It was like, this is terrible reporting. I apologize. It was a cool figure though. It's on Comic Book Resource. Sorry.
Well, that's the whole premise of the podcast was we were just going to talk about collectible stuff, so it's not bad. Like this week, Hasbro finally dropped.
I was going to bring that up. Sore subject for you.
Sore subject for me. All hope isn't lost yet, but anyways, from the San Diego Comic-Con, Hasbro typically you wait a couple weeks, then they release the exclusives that you can just buy. And so, text Dan, we were both in the ready, like, okay, and then boom, it gets released. And then immediately it's super slow, probably because of the high traffic. My internet in my house is it's all right. And I had what I wanted in my cart, the Book of Ashanti Doctor Strange box set. I'm like, I want this. In my cart, ready to check out, go to check out, boom, it says it's been sold out. I got so mad.
That's what's crazy for me, is like, if it was in your cart,
that's what I was thinking.
It should have been yours.
That's how I've always...
That's some crap on Hasbro's part.
I immediately, I knew that one would probably be the hotter one. What I ended up getting was the Giant Man, Ant-Man set, which, in actuality, I probably wanted that one more, just because I want the Giant Man in my Avengers display. The other guys from the Doctor Strange, they weren't, okay, they're cool, but they're not.
The book was cool.
The book was super cool. That one I would debate opening, whereas the Giant Man one, I think I've seen the package. It's still cool, but I'm going to open because I want the Giant Man.
Yeah. I considered the Giant Man one. Like I said, they came out with a HeroClix version of it not too long ago. I thought about it, but I already had like half the box anyways. Yeah, because that giant set fits really well into my scale.
Yeah.
I didn't get it. I did get the Matchbox Ant-Man.
Even that sold out.
See, I just got to the point where I was watching them on eBay. Somebody had it for $20. You know, it's like, oh, well, I'll put a $20 bid on it. If you got bid, oh, well, I'll wait for Hasbro. And that ended like the day before Hasbro went up. So it was free shipping. So I think even if I would have gotten it from Hasbro, it would have been like $3 cheaper after their shipping. So not a huge loss on my part. Now I just have to decide the Marvel Infinite line. Yeah. But I think we talked about it. We did. I don't know if we did on the podcast or not, but they recently put it out. It's a Ant-Man set, and it comes with Anthony.
Oh, Anthony.
And then, Anthony, yeah. And then a 3 3/4 Ant-Man. and Anthony is to scale to that Ant-Man, so you can ride it. But I'm like, well, that doesn't fit. I mean, I guess if you have Legends, even that.
No, it doesn't fit at all.
You need like Jumbo. Some Selects. Are they bigger than Legends?
Yeah, Selects are about 7 inch.
So you would need like a Select, and even that would probably be thrown off. I guess you could pretend it was the giant ant from the end of the movie instead.
Yeah.
So
but most people just want it for that Ant-Man, the 3/4 inch, so like a G.I. Joe type size toy.
Yeah.
I want that too because I am gonna get the movie version, so it'd be cool to have him get smaller.
Yeah. Well, that's what the Ant-Man in that set that you got.
Yeah.
Not the smallest, not the Matchbox one, but the one in between him and Hank Pym.
Mm-hmm.
That would probably be a perfect scale to ride this ant.
Yeah. I'm gonna have a different assortment of Ant-Man.
Ant-Man.
We'll have a Goliath guy. Now I really wish back in the day when I was more into the Marvel Universe, I would have got the Goliath Giant Man one.
Yeah.
You see that anywhere, let me know, because I'll have the figure.
They're on eBay, but
probably for stupid prices.
I mean, yeah, you're looking at least $80 probably.
I gotta find it.
That was one I could never find in the store.
Yeah.
I think I just missed that one. Yeah. San Diego.
But what I was saying, hope isn't lost because
always is.
Last year, and this happened the year before, like 2 weeks from now, they probably will do it again. So I just gotta make sure I have money and at the ready, and hopefully I can get it.
That's nice.
Because I've had some success before. Even the little tiny Ant-Man that you ended up getting. See, I had it on my phone at the ready, had my laptop, like, one way or another, I'm gonna get that. And the one on my laptop is the one that I had the Book of Ashanti, and I had the little tiny Ant-Man guy in there. And that, since the guy sold out, I'm like, whatever, I'll just put the little guy with my phone. And he sold out then.
That is pretty crazy, that.
Like, within minutes, everything was selling out.
Yeah.
One guy, he put the number for Hasbro on that. He just called directly. He's like, a lot easier. I should just do that.
Yeah, if you can do it that way, it's not bad.
We'll see if 2 weeks I can get it, but if not, I'm at least happy I got something.
See, I would like that magic that's in it.
Yeah, that's who I mostly wanted, and the Dormammu.
But then they don't have too many of the other New Mutants in Legends. There's like a X-Force version of Cannonball, and there's one other one that there's a New Mutant though, but
there's really a lack of just mutants in general.
Yeah.
You know, now the Marvel Legend guys, they have the rights to make mutants, but they have to think with their wallets, like what toys are going to sell, and it's usually
Wolverine.
Wolverine sells, yeah. They've had 3 different Wolverines since the relaunch.
Cyclops.
And some Cyclopses. But really the last few waves have been very X-Men light, and it's mostly because they're focusing on characters that are in the movies. And
which
specifically
makes sense,
the Marvel movies, even though the comic versions. So yeah, I would like to have a full X-Men lineup, which I kind of do. I have Beast, Wolverine, Cyclops. I got enough. I got a Jean Grey. That one's apparently hard to get.
Jean Grey?
From the 90s, Jean Grey.
You know what I've got that's hard to get?
Who?
Kitty Pryde.
The toy?
The giant man head.
Oh yeah, you do got that.
Sure do.
I don't like the older Marvel Legends.
Oh no, that Kitty Pryde looks super weird.
There's
X-23 that I used to see it all the time. I always thought about getting, but like it looks like somebody hit her in the stomach with a baseball bat, and then they're like, let's just leave it. Like somebody picked it out by the stomach and just squished it.
If we ever do get Marvel Legend fans on here, it's blasphemous the way we talk, but I'm not a giant fan of the Toy Biz era ones. They just look kind of funny. They had a lot more articulation.
I collect 3 3/4, so it doesn't matter to me. Hate on, haters.
Yeah, hate on, haters. I will make a controversial stance that I like the newer Hasbro ones. They have less articulation, but the molds are better. Even though they reuse the same molds a lot, they just look better.
Yeah. Anything else cool?
I got a horror block. That came.
Anything cool in that?
Probably
not. Saying it like that.
Actually, well, I was gonna cancel it. That's the funny thing. But the reason why I said because it kind of had repeat items in it. So
That's terrible.
The nerd block had a Buffy what are these Titan figures? They're not like Pops. They're Titans, vinyl Titan. So the Buffy one from the regular nerd block had Spike, the vampire guy. Now I'm not a Buffy fan, so this is all lost on me. Drop the paper. So I'm like, okay, yeah, that's it. I was gonna take a picture, but I forgot. But this one also had a Buffy figure. It was the same guy, Spike, but this one was a bloody variant. So if you're really into the show, it's cool. But I'm not so much. And then it came with I got my card.
Yeah.
It came with a werewolf T-shirt. It looks kind of crazy. My girlfriend didn't like it, so who knows if I'll wear it. Now this was cool that I built up in my head, thought it was so much cooler than it was. It was pretty neat. It was a Choose Your Adventure DVD.
Okay.
So I kind of had this idea. I'm like, what if they did Choose Your Adventure movies? Because when I was a kid, I'd read Choose Your Adventure books, and I loved them. This one sort of was it, but what they did was kind of cheap. So it's usually a short film. One of the first one was a character was a mime. He's just miming around, doing mime stuff, and there's a little girl, and all of a sudden there's this noisy guy with the beatbox, and it's like really throwing him off, and he's just like angry, and the guy, and it's like you get to choose, and you have three choices, like, and one of the choices was spare him, one of them was kill him with a machine gun, one of them was kill him with a knife, and I'm like, oh sweet, I get a pick, but I didn't get a pick. It just automatically went through all the different choices. So I'm like, oh,
it's kind of lame.
It is kind of lame, but it would have been cooler if I did get a pick. I would have eventually ended up doing all three, but
it's a Walking Dead thing.
The Walking Dead was a car vinyl, so
like a sticker.
Yeah, I can put it on my car if I want. I don't know if I will. It came with the magazine that always comes, the Rue Morgue, and then this was purposely a repeat shirt. They even said it like, "Hey, see what you're missing out with the other boxes. We're throwing in an extra T-shirt." And of all the T-shirts, I got the one T-shirt I didn't really care about. Again, I got the yeah, what was it? The anime one.
Attack on Titan?
No, Attack on Titan wasn't that. Gundam. It was a Gundam guy. I'm like, okay. So I got two of those shirts now. But that was the horror block. I'm still gonna. I also got a comic block that came with Lando issue 1.
It's a good one.
I forget the independent it came with, and I forget the other one. The T-shirt was an Ant-Man T-shirt, and it came with an Iron Man coaster, like an actual arc reactor.
That's pretty cool. Does it light up?
It just looks cool.
Could be cooler.
I want to get the light up coasters. That's funny that I got that, but eventually I'll get it for the Sanctuary. And then I got a Bark box, but that's not really comic related. Yeah. I got that for my dog.
That's cool. Yeah.
What'd you get?
Just my normal week. Slow down real quick. So with watching that movie, I didn't have time to read, so I was like, I'll just pick one. I picked Guardians Team Up because it's Groot and Silver Surfer teaming up.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, the only words in the entire issue are the last two panels. It says, "We were too late, weren't we? Sorry, old friend." And then it says, "I am Groot." Can't tell you what happens in the comic. I did not follow.
I mean, sometimes silent issues are awesome.
Yeah, I heard the Groot comic is doing really well. I'm excited for the Chewbacca. But yeah, couldn't tell you what. I mean, I'm guessing they were trying to save someone similar to Groot because you saw a bigger version of Groot. So something must have happened to him. X-Men 92 came out. Heard it's fantastic. Haven't had a chance to flip through it. Of course, Lazarus for my independent this week. And then Batgirl, which is funny because Livewire is rumored to show up in the Supergirl show. So it's funny she shows up this week, and then Batgirl Annual featuring Grayson. So
Grayson.
Don't you know what happened to those? Never. I picked up back a couple years ago. I bought Long Shot #1, 6, small little mini series, and then had the opportunity to meet the man who created Long Shot, and Frankie was with me.
Yep, I remember this.
And straight up insulted the guy to his face. Well, to his ears.
Okay, we have different philosophies when it comes to cons. I like just going there and just trying to find cool things to buy. And Dan does that too. But he likes getting stuff signed, and he's got this really awesome art book that he gets artists to drawing, which, I'm not knocking that. But there's a lot of me just waiting in line with him, like, man,
It's true, yeah. There's a lot of lines we're waiting.
And then I didn't know where we were at. We were just in some line, and
it was Art Adams' line.
Yeah.
And Frankie saw that I had a long shot con. He's like, "Oh, you're getting a long shot con sign? That's so lame."
Long shot's lame. I said long shot was lame.
And then, I told him that's who we were waiting for. And then we get to the table. He's like, "Oh, you created a long shot? That's pretty cool."
That's what I said to him.
Art Adams either didn't hear you or he was just cool with it. He was like, "Oh yeah, it's a pretty cool character. Thanks, guys."
Yeah, I always like wait in line. I should have stuff to sign. Now I do get some things signed, but
yeah,
I should strategically. There's been times where I have like an issue 1 of who you're going to get signed. I'm like, oh, that guy did this. I have issue 1 of that. It's at home.
Yeah, I mean, is it ever gonna do anything? Unless it's like Stanley. I guess Art Adams.
The thing is, why it's complicated to get stuff signed is because once you get it signed, in a lot of ways, it actually can depreciate the value because unless you have a CGC representative there to prove you got it signed, there's no way to authenticate it. Even if like you took a picture or video of you signing it, they still won't authenticate it.
Yeah. Yeah, CGC, my Stan Lee got X-Men 12 they give you a little card, and that's like for selling purposes. But even if like today I decided to get a CGC, they wouldn't take that as proof.
Yeah.
Even though like it's signed by a CGC person that it happened and stuff.
It's very strict. Like if you're gonna get something signed and get a CGC graded, you have to have a CGC representative there, and I think they even have to be present to watch you sign it.
Yeah, this guy was like, it was Stanley's assistant, Stanley, and then the CGC guy.
So it's really cool. We meet Stanley. Oh, I'll sign this comic. Then immediately they take it away for a couple months or however long.
Yeah, I didn't get it CGC'd.
So that's why, like, I more like getting graphic novels signed because I'm like, I'm never gonna sign this, but then this way it makes it personal to me.
It's true.
I got Matt Fraction's signature. I did have him sign issue 1 of Sex Criminals. He's funny. He wrote a funny little note and drew lots of inappropriate pictures.
Yeah, I got him. It was the first X-Men comic book I picked up. I was already into X-Men, obviously, but yeah, because you guys were in, you and your brother in that line, so I just hopped in because I happened to have that with me, and I was like, yeah, this is actually the first X-Men book I picked up. He was like, oh, that's cool, and he drew it like Beast was like, I love cake, like that.
Yeah, he does not just do just signature. He likes to put notes and pictures.
Yeah. It's always fun.
And he's like the best selfie taker ever. He like took the camera and he was ready for it.
Yeah. He had a lot of practice.
Me and my brother got a selfie with him.
The guy from Train did that too.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Did he have a selfie stick? Wait, you got a picture with the singer?
We didn't. No, we were too far away. But like, he was like, all right, if anyone wants me to take a selfie with their phone, go ahead and get out. I'll do it during the song. He was just would pick up people's phones and take selfies and get with different band members and stuff.
That's funny.
Cool, but yeah, so I picked up that, and I picked up our shop, got a bunch of new dollar boxes in. Whoever owned these took amazing care of them. I mean, this is like early.
Whoa, yeah, these are.
I picked up 1 through 5 of Dazzler, and I mean, the board is a piece of junk. I'm gonna have to rebag everything.
But it's still white.
But I mean, but mine's like where they got just a giant sheet and cut it themselves,
Yeah.
But
that seems like so much work.
Yeah. I mean, even the number 1 of Dazzlers, these are just in fantastic condition. So I picked up 1 through 5. He had the whole run. And 42 issues.
There's the one issue I need to get with Johnny Sax and Saxman and Johnny Guitar.
Johnny Guitar and Dr. Sax.
Dr. Sax, that's who it is.
Issue 20. Do
you have that issue?
I do not.
Did they have it?
Probably. I mean, he only had 1 through 42. I didn't look through all of them because I didn't want to. I knew I didn't have the money to buy them, But man, there's a guy. He was like, dude, I was like, oh, cool. And then I looked over later. He had a pack of easily 30 books that he had pulled out. He was like, this is the worst day of my life. He just kept pulling more books out. So I was like, I've been there, buddy.
Yeah.
I'm feeling. If you weren't looking through that box, I would. So I appreciate it.
As a collector, you want to get whole runs. That's the goal.
Yeah. Yeah, I wish if I had more times. I only have patience to look through so many dollar boxes.
Yeah.
Like this Dazzler and the Long Shot, they were sitting out already for me, or else I would have never even looked. But yeah, there's a few he probably has of New Mutants and stuff that I could fill holes.
There's a lot of 90s Spider-Man I probably need. No, I got a big chunk of them actually.
Got that punch from Coach Bell.
this Punisher first appearance, like
What issue would that have been?
it's like 126. Yeah, it's in the 20s.
Yellow cover. Punisher, Spider-Man's.
That's at least a $700 book.
That was there. So
I don't have $700.
Yeah,
and that's know. I'm thinking it's more than $700.
I don't know how much he was charging for it. I didn't ask, like I said. But I told him you were interested. So.
Did you?
Yeah. There you go.
He was like, hey, I want this book.
He was like, oh yeah. I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure he used to have it, but then something terrible happened in his life.
No, I never had that book.
No, Mike thinks you did. So go with that story. He might give you a discount. He was like, it's like, what, really? When? I was like, it's been a couple of years. He was like, oh man, I feel terrible. I had no idea. I was like, I'm just giving my book. Should not heal the wounds.
You know, as much money as we spend in that company, this.
I am kind of tempted, like, to figure out average, $20 a week, and then, so that 52, that'd be what, 140, maybe just round it off to, or 1,500.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you spend more than $140 a year.
Yeah, so, like, I'm tempted to, like, first week, just be like, hey, I would like $1,000 credit. And then I don't have to spend money there the rest of the year.
That's not how commerce works. You can't be like, hey, I bought this much stuff from you.
No, like give him $1,000 like in January towards my credit.
That's true. Like,
and then I don't have to worry about like till December when I'm like, oh, what? I didn't have enough for this. Let's just do an action figure, please. Please.
I see what you're saying. That's when we're rich. That's what we do. Like that, we can't be bothered to carry around that wallet. We just one point like here. $10,000. I don't want you to talk to me for a while.
Yeah, I mean it'd be cool to be able to do something like that.
I don't want you to acknowledge payment.
Yeah, I couldn't do 1,000 at once, but I'm tempted to like start, a couple months at a time.
I got a $100 gift card there once.
Nice.
Like for Christmas, my grandma
awesome.
did it. So I was like that for a little bit. Like,
you should tell my wife about that.
Good gift. Idea. It was fun.
We're just taught to go get the Joe Fix-It statue. He's had that for. I need to ask him if he'll drop the price on that. He's had that since I started buying comics, and that was like Schism for all those X-Men fans out there. This was post AVX.
Schism? I thought that was pre-AVX.
Yeah, pre. Sorry, I always mix up my post and pre's.
Yeah, that would be fun to do. But there was like a good month or two where I'm like,
well, that's what. Yeah, I mean, I traded in Goliath and Frost Giant.
Oh yeah,
those have been lasting pretty while. And then when I get back,
how much do you get for those?
I got 80 for the Frost Giant store credit, and then I guess the Goliath's not as popular online, so we only did 60 for that.
Dang, so yeah,
it's been burned. I burned through it this past week. I did drop some of my own money. I'm doing some in my Ultimate Goliath.
When I saw
on this show.
The biggest thing I ever did was when I sold my whole Marvel Universe collection. I got like $400. That's right. Yeah. So I was doing that for a while.
Yeah, that's what so I've been talking to him, about some stuff when I was having that. We were talking. The guy that was getting the Afterlights, he's the guy with the red beard. Reminds me of Donnie a lot, but he's always there. He's one of his buddies or something. He was talking to me. He's like, yeah, if I ever get married, I need to find a woman that doesn't care about comics.
Good luck.
I was like, yeah, my wife doesn't care too much, And then Mike brought this picture. I was like, there's two old guys talking, and it was like, when I die, I hope my wife doesn't sell my stuff for what I told her I paid for it. So, but we were talking about selling figures, and he's like, well, I'll buy them from you. Like, you always put them on clearance, so I'll buy them back for you.
He buys them probably because every 5 is like one that's 10 times worse with the other ones.
That's why I'd only take them like 2 at a time.
Yeah. I took him a whole box.
I know you did.
That was a fun time.
I should beat him to it. I could have used that Hawkeye pile driver cheaper.
Yeah.
Although I probably would have never got around to actually customizing something. But well, that was Alright, so what's going on in Bad Superhero World?
Bad Superhero World?
Your new segment.
Oh yeah. So, a couple weeks ago from Loot Crate, I got this awesome book that I actually heard about before. I'm like, this is a cool book. That's what Loot Crate. It might be a smaller version of it.
It's a cool book.
It's a cool book. It's called Regrettable Superheroes. So, we're gonna start with a character named 711. or 7-Eleven, but there's no little dash, so I'm saying 711. So basically, I'll read
711.
711. Dan Dice serves a life sentence for a crime he never committed.
Dan Dice?
Dan Dice.
That's awesome.
As lifer number 711, that's his prison number, he leaves the prison through secret passages to fight evil as the dreaded 711. So he just goes by his prison number. So I was reading the paragraph. I'm not going to read there's a whole page of him. But basically, he's an attorney, Dan Dice, and his best friend is going to jail for murder. It doesn't say it, but he's got a life sentence. But he works since he's his friend, and his friend's wife is pregnant, basically.
All right.
And it's going to go to jail. He's like, please, I just want to see my newborn baby. So they strike a deal. Dan Dice, he confesses to a crime he never committed.
Dan Dice, don't do it.
Dan Dice, don't do it. So he confesses to a crime, and the agreement that he had with his friend is like, all right, in a few days, I will go and confess, and I will serve my sentence, and you can come out. On his way to confess, his friend gets in a car accident and dies.
Oh, whoa, did not see that coming. I thought this guy was going to end up being a jerk or
Nope.
something.
They would think. Somebody put, as a lawyer, you think Dan Dice would have found a better way to do this.
Dan Dice.
Dan Dice. Fate plays a hand, Horn crashes. Oh, he was en route to the hospital, so he doesn't even get to see his kid.
Oh, it's a bummer.
With his friend dead, no one can clear Dice. And who has no choice but to tunnel out of jail and adopt a crime-fighting identity? That's a stretch. Has no choice. But yeah, basically, he has
no choice, so he's going to start fighting crime.
So yeah, he has a tunnel out of prison, so at night, he fights crime. And then daytime, he comes back. And it says here that some of the people that he busts goes to the same jail that he's at. Once they've been arrested, he just shows up, and then...
That's terrible.
Yep, but the comic... I don't know how long it went, but his costume is, well, it doesn't have a great picture of him. He's got a cape with a fedora type hat, a typical black mask, tight suit. It's dumb.
Yeah, I'll find a little synopsis and some pictures to throw up on this just then on our website.
The reason 7-1 hasn't been seen since his first season, maybe he was shot during a fight with Oscar Jones, racketeer.
Oscar Jones? No.
To add to injury, the only witness to the murder was the hero who would take over 711's slot in the police comics. So, he had a slot. There's only one guy that saw it.
And he stole his comic.
But that is the fate of 711.
This is going to be exciting.
This is exciting.
All I can think about is Dan Dunn, Secret Operative.
It might get to there.
Oh, if he's in that book, I'm throwing that book away. He's not regrettable at all.
But yeah, I'll just go through this all. If you want to get this book, like I said, it's called The Regrettable Superheroes. You can read along with me.
I need to record some music for this segment.
Regrettable Superheroes. I'll just really quick see. Yeah, right now we're at the Golden Age. What was his name?
Dan Dunn.
Dan Dunn.
Secret Operative 48.
Doesn't look like he's in the Golden Age.
Yeah, I don't think he'd be considered a superhero anyways. More of a Dick Tracy kind of guy.
Batman and Superman.
Knew it. Proof right there. Black licorice.
Yeah, Pete's not in here.
That's good.
So yep. 711.
It's gonna be exciting.
I think so too.
Hey,
look.
Oh, is that the original press? Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert when we get there.
Every time I see those bumper stickers at the shop we shop at, every time I get them, I'm like, I know I'm not going to put it anywhere.
Man, just skimming through this book, it's going to be fun.
Prez. I wouldn't consider Prez a superhero. Maybe the original had superpowers.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's going to be fun. We do need to get like a little mini xylophone things. Okay. Alright, so like I said, I'll put up a little synopsis, some pictures on our website, franklydone.com. You got any ideas for regrettable superheroes that might not be in the book?
Combo man.
Questions in general? Talk to us. Twitter, Frankly Done. Instagram, Frankly Done Network, facebook.com/Frankly Done Network, and of course, for all our movie reviews, both comic related and not comic related, if it's popular, he's going to watch it, he's going to write about it. Head on over to the Real Movies blog. .blogspot.com. .com. So trivia. Last left off, Frankie pulled pretty far ahead, 15 to 11. Gonna spoiler alert, it's gonna be 17 to something by the end of this.
Yeah.
So,
and a reminder that next week's episode will be the Fantastic Four one.
Yeah. So
that we already recorded.
It's a pretty good episode. I listened to it a few times already. It's a little shorter than normal, so take a break.
So yeah, we're warning you ahead of time, continuity-wise. It's gonna seem weird.
Yeah, since the movie will be out on Friday, I might try and put it up on Tuesday or something. I'll figure that out. But yeah.
Okay. Marvel Comics trivia. Question number 1. What was the original name of the Guardians of the Galaxy Star-Lord?
I don't understand the question.
What was the original name of the Guardians of the Galaxies?
So, like, what's the name of the original Star-Lord, or...
Yeah, what's Star-Lord's name?
Peter Quill?
Yeah. I know, so easy that it was tricking you.
I was like, you mean, like, did he go by a different name before, or, like, in the original Guardians of the Galaxy, who played the role of Star-Lord?
Yeah, I saw that you were getting tripped. I'm like, no.
True or false, Iron Man's original armor was yellow and red?
False. His original armor was silver.
Well, gray, but...
Yeah, gray.
We'll take false.
Yeah.
It was gray.
Yeah. Oh, do you needed an answer?
That's part of the answer. So.
Oh. Well, silver, gray, yeah.
Yep. Like I said, it's going to be 17 to something by the end of this.
Okay. I think it'll be a wash because you'll get it too. True or false? Power Man's real name is Carl Lucas.
False.
Yep.
Threw me for a second there. I was like, maybe it is.
Wait, no.
I can see Carl Lucas going as Luke Cage.
No, wait. What'd you say? You said false?
His name's Luke Cage. But his real name is Carl Lucas.
Yeah.
What?
What? Oh man, this is so... It tricked me. No, it's... Okay, true or false? Power Man's real name is Carl Lucas. True. He takes the name Luke Cage. He takes the Luke Cage name after escaping from prison. What? What? Man, we didn't read comics in the...
This is a year from now?
Yeah.
Man, because I was even like... There was a brief moment where I was like... Carl Lucas could be short for Luke Cage.
I tripped you up because I read it wrong. I said this was so easy. I wouldn't have...
Alright, I'll take the wash.
Yeah, we'll just take that a wash.
If you get this one right, I'll get that one right. I'll mess this one up for you, too.
Don't do it.
What is the name of the group of ninjas that Daredevil often battles, but also led for a brief period of time?
The Hand?
Yep. It said the Society of Ninjas.
Oh.
Yeah, the Hand.
Yeah, I tripped you up on this one, so I think we should just give it to you because I read it wrong.
Alright, so it's, and plus we already know what happens next week, so. 17 to 13. Going into Fantastic Four week. Let us know if you're excited about the movie. Like I said, Twitter, Frankly Done.
Yeah, you're gonna watch it anyways, according to the prophetic statement of Michael B. Jordan. We'll see how true he is.
Man, if I ever get a chance to meet that guy, I just want like an 8x10 that says you'll watch it anyways, and just get him to sign that.
Yeah.
Not even a picture of himself. Maybe I'll get that screenshot of when he said it. Like, this moment changed my life.
Alright, well, I've been Frankie.
I've been Daniel.
And you're gonna listen anyways.
At least next week.
Yeah. Until we change a new catchphrase.
show is this?
I have no idea.
Yeah. All right. I completely forgot our intro. This is great B footage.
This is number 10, I think.
Yep.
Okay, you ready?
Ready.